Well, hey, everybody. My name is Emily Roberts. I am a Diamond Senior Gold Ambassador with Plexus Worldwide, and I've been doing this thing for almost a decade. So it is my pleasure to offer you guys this how to earn $300 by next week business opportunity. And we are creating hundredaires over here in Plexus. I know it seems sometimes a little extreme to say we're producing millionaires, my life included. However, I want you to start with step one. Sometimes we got to take the first step and not look at the whole staircase. So that's what this Friday Zoom is all about. We share real life stories. You're going to hear from my friend Cathy and her Ruby business and what that means and how she got there and the type of income that produces for her family and for her life. So a couple of things, just some general housekeeping. Everybody is muted for the sake of the recording. This recording will be posted to YouTube later. If you can be on and you are dressed with a smiling face, please turn on your camera. If you are busy and you're doing stuff and you can't be on, it's totally cool. You can keep your camera off. But this is going to be about 20 minutes. I'm going to walk y'all through what this kind of looks like. So we're going to have Cathy's real life story. Please keep dropping in the chat where you're watching from. We love it. We love seeing how far and wide these Zooms are reaching. And then we're going to ask you some questions to, make you figure out, why not me? Why can't I do this? Of course I could do this. I'm already on social media. I might as well make some money, right? We're going to walk you through how to earn that $300 in the next 30 days. Some of you could actually do this by next week if you are brand new to Plexus, and then how to begin. So your baby steps. But first things first, y'all got to hear from Cathy. Cathy, anybody out there love some coffee? Anybody? Where are my coffee drinkers? Here's the thing about Cathy. She told me she was addicted to Starbucks coffee and that it was just I have kids. I'm supposed to be tired. I'm a mom type of thing. Anybody? Does that sound familiar? Been there, girl. I thought the same thing. I'm listen, I'm 24. I'm supposed to be achy. I'm supposed to be tired, maybe a little moody. But here's the thing, you guys, that ain't it. That is not the truth for you and your health. And that is not how you were designed to feel. So Cathy, I'm going to unmute you and I want you to share your story of that day one and then the business that it's turned into for you.
Yeah, thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here. Emily and I are actually part of a mastermind together. And you guys, I love her energy. So I'm so excited to be here with her today and share with you guys. And my hope and my prayer is just that you hear something from me that just inspires you and maybe tugs at your heart a little bit. You guys, these change every single week and all of our stories look different. And that's what I love, is because it does and looks different for all of us. And so a little bit about me. I am a wife of 19 years. We have 4 kiddos. And like Emily said, you guys, I was exhausted all the time. And my friends started sharing about Plexus. This was a little over 6 years ago. And I was super happy for her. I loved seeing her success, but I didn't think that I needed supplements. I thought supplements were for old people. And I certainly had never heard of gut health before. And so I was cheering her on from the sidelines, you guys. But the more I started paying attention, I actually thought it was something my husband could benefit from. And so, because remember, I thought I was healthy. So I knew that if I got started, he would get started. So sure enough, I got started. So my husband would get started, and he was consistent with taking his products because I was laying them out for him. I was sending them with him to work. And what I started to notice was he wasn't reaching for the over-counter stuff that he was taking on the regular for seasonal issues, you guys. And I was like, what is happening? That has to be it, right? But I hadn't been taking the products consistently. And so I was like, all right, I'm going to do this. I'm going to get started. I'm going to be serious about it. And one of the things that I noticed was that fancy sugary coffee drink that I was driving through on the regular. You guys, my little 2 at the time were 2 and 4. They could place my order for me. I mean, it's how embarrassing is that, right? Not only was I not thinking about what I was putting in my body, it wasn't even the amount that it cost that I was spending every single day, you guys. I'm so embarrassed by that looking back. But it started to become too sugary. And I'm not going to lie to you, I thought I just had this crazy willpower. And then I was like, all right, this has got to be something to this stuff. And so the more consistent I was, and when I was taking my products regularly, you guys, I wasn't waking up and counting down the hours until my kids started napping. Okay. At the time, my kids were 2, 4, 6, and 9. And like Emily said, I think we live in a society that tells us, oh, it's normal to be exhausted all the time. But it's not. It's not. Our bodies were designed by God to feel amazing. And nobody's sharing about that, right? And so I started to wake up feeling rested. Now I already slept pretty good because again, I was tired, but now I slept great. And so I was waking up feeling rested. I didn't have that crazy sugar addiction anymore. Now I love to drink coffee now, you guys, but now it's about like the experience and the taste and the warm coffee. And it's at my home. It's not because I need it. And there's a huge difference in that. And so my friend had already kind of been like saying in my ear, hey, I think you'd be great at this. Why don't you share this? And I was like, oh no, it's not for me. I'd done network marketing in the past, you guys. And I say that because who you partner with matters. What you share about matters. And so I knew that if I could do it in a way of integrity and just in a genuine way to the people I knew, I was like, okay, I felt that tug in my heart. I was like, I wanted something more. Right. And so I was so excited. Like Emily said, I grabbed my first 3 people. I grabbed my dad, a family friend, a longtime family friend, and my husband. And so when I made my first post on social media, you guys, I couldn't believe how many people wanted to feel better, right? Because most of us, unless you're not in the gut health business like we are, you're not talking about when was the last time you had trouble going to the bathroom, or, you're not talking about, oh my gosh, I just bit my husband's head off because I'm so irritable, right? We don't share that kind of stuff on social media. And so I was amazed by how many people wanted to feel better. But that being said, of course, we all want to feel better, right? We all have guts. And so it makes total sense. And so the more I got to sharing and the more I was growing my business, I got to earn a couple of trips through our company. And the second trip that I ever earned, I got to take my husband with me. And why that is important is because at the time he was working all the time. And our 4 young kids, you guys, it's hard to get people to watch 4 young kids. And so we just didn't travel together a lot. And so we were able to go on this trip that I had earned, you guys. I was so proud of that I had earned, that the company I partnered with was paying for. When we got there, the welcome reception that night was on an aircraft carrier. And you guys, my husband is an aviation nut. It makes me emotional thinking about it. And we love all things military. So shout out to Emily and her husband for their service. But it was such a big deal to me. I thought it was so cool. And there was a fireworks show. And I was like, you guys, I am in this. I am a lifer. They spoiled us like crazy. And this is what I learned from it, is that I had wanted and been needing something of my own outside of being a mom. I love being a mom. And I'm so thankful that God gave me that gift. And my husband has always provided us such a generous, great, amazing life. But I needed something of my own, right? And so I didn't know that. I had no idea that was something that I was looking for. And to be able to last year, you guys, I know this sounds silly, but take my husband for Father's Day to the Lucchese store and be like, pick out any pair of boots that you want. And he didn't have to pay for them, right? Because before I wasn't contributing any money, right? And so I felt like, oh, it's Happy Father's Day from you. And I know that sounds silly, but it's like, that's how I felt. I wanted to do something for him that was from me, that I had earned, right? I wanted to make my husband proud, you guys. Now, I know he was already proud of me. That was a thought, but it's true. That's how I felt. I wanted to do something that might make my husband proud. I wanted to make myself proud. You guys, I wanted to make those 4 kids proud. I wanted to be able to set goals and reach them and then see that. And what I've recently found out is that I needed to set goals and fail. And they needed to see that, because they needed to see that I'm not stopping. I may not have reached that goal, but I'm not going anywhere. And that's been really huge for us. And so, this business has been a blessing that I never saw coming. I thought in the beginning that it was like, I was nervous about what people thought, right? But I know that if I do it the right way, the only people that matter to me are these people and him, because I'm doing it in a way that is genuine and with integrity. And so I hope that I'm helping change lives. I'm hoping that I'm helping moms get out of bed. I'm hoping that I'm helping moms earn extra income so that they can go get their nails done, right? You guys, we had a home organizer come into our house the last couple of weeks. She spent like 3 full days here because there's parts of my house that I hadn't been into in a long enough time, like the game room or my kids' closets or thing like that. And I'm like, what has happened? And so it was like, I was able to hire her and pay for that out of my Plexus income and not feel guilty about it, because that's not something that normally I'd be like, okay, what do you think? Should we budget this in? And so it's like, I got to do that. That was such a blessing for us, because you guys, I tell you what, a less chaotic house for me and my personality is a less chaotic life. And so that was such a blessing for us. And I was able to do that. And so, like I said, shout out to Kim for just being just consistent with me, because the first couple of times she asked me, you guys, I was a no. I was a hard no. But you know what? That tug had always been on my heart. And I'm so thankful for that. I'm so thankful for her persistence, so thankful for her belief in me. You guys, whoever invited you to this call, they see something in you, they believe in you. And we have something awesome, and we hope that you will see it too. So I can't wait to hear what Emily's going to share, because I tell you what, this has been the biggest blessing that I didn't even know that I needed. So thank you so much, Emily, for having me on.
Kathy, thank you so much for sharing. I mean, there were so many bits and pieces that I personally related to, aside from just being a military spouse who longed to contribute the way I watched my husband contribute to the whole entire world. I wanted to have a selfless heart. I had been in a corporate America position. I had been in school full time. And so when I first got started, I was 24 years old. I too thought probiotics and gut health were for old people. Y'all laugh at me when I say that, but I was, a know-it-all 24-year-old that literally thought, I don't need that Plexus stuff. But in reality, I did. And everyone does. And so that is why I thought this business model was just so simple and so smart, because everybody needs what we offer. And so who do you know right now that is praying for their health, their happiness, and their financial success? Probably everyone, your neighbor, your family member, your coworker. So I have a question for you. If you loved your Plexus products, would you be open to sharing them with others? Social media is a free platform that so many of us are utilizing to share about things we love, from the dollar section at Target to your favorite paint color at Home Depot to the lady that cuts your hair or whoever makes the best burger in town. We're constantly referring others to things that we love. And so if you loved your products, of course you would talk about them. Of course you should talk about them. And so some of you might be thinking, well, what if I'm not a salesperson, Emily? Well, that's great, but I bet you are, especially my parents that are on here. Do you not sell your children on bedtime every single night? When you go to bed, you're going to wake up and you're going to feel so strong and rested. You're constantly finding phrases and adjectives and ways to describe bedtime that benefits them. That is exactly what we do with Plexus. And we talk about the things that the products have solved in our lives. We have become problem solvers because gut health gets to the root of everything. So maybe you're thinking, well, I'm too busy. So I want to kind of share with you some of the pictures you see below. Kathy, there's your team. I put them on that third picture. But the far left picture is my middle child. This is Gidry. And he is 7. He came into my life about 18 months into my Plexus journey. I had just become the first jewel, which you'll hear about that in just a minute, in the state of Virginia, because in the military world, we moved every 3 to 4 years. And I was 25. I had just graduated college. I had no intention of using that degree, but I mean, it felt good to have a degree, but I had no intention of using it because I was all in. I saw that Plexus offered a limitless earning potential, and I could apply what I've learned in all my 25 years to this business. I could love people well. I could offer them kindness and conversation. So many people want to be included and they want that accountability. And so when I had this second baby, I was like, what am I going to do? I just built this whole business, and the majority of my business was in California and Texas. But I knew I could do the same thing in Virginia. And the beauty about this business, you can take it anywhere. Anywhere you got Wi-Fi, you can work this business. You can literally call a friend, text a friend, get on social media. So if you're thinking I'm too busy or I don't know about this, well, ask Gentry. Ask Gentry what he feels about the busyness of our lives. He's the middle child, so he's probably the most opinionated in our household. But he's also super honest. And this is a picture of him playing baseball. I love him to death, but he is not a baseball player. Okay. Bless his heart. He is a fantastic golfer and an amazing kiddo on the soccer field. But when it comes to baseball, I just didn't know if that was for him. You know what I mean, parents? And so but here's the whole point of the story. When he asked to do baseball, I had an extra $300 to sign him up and buy the uniform and provide snacks for the whole team. That is why I do this Plexus thing, for those kinds of extras. And I'm not taking from savings. I'm not stressing out my husband because it's an extra. It is an extra that Plexus has afforded me because of the extra income flow. In the middle, you see some amazing jewels in our company that have earned incredible bonuses. Plexus does annual contests. Right now, we are doing a contest to earn a trip to Punta Cana. It is a all-inclusive for you and another guest. And right now, if you started right now and you focused on helping 25 people this month get started on their gut health, you would earn, not only would you earn that trip, but you would also go through our ranks, 3 of our ranks. We're going to get to that in just a second. But What would an extra $500 a month mean for you? Because that's what it looks like. Some of you are like, well, I just don't know who I would share it with, but like, you're quick to tell your friend about a cute sweatshirt you found at Target, but why do we hesitate when it comes to something that benefits our family? We all got bills, right? We all got bills. So let's think about that. Imagine yourself saying yes. Imagine working this business, 15 to 50 minutes a day. Imagine not viewing yourself as a salesperson, but offering people health and happiness. The power of social sharing is my favorite thing to talk about because when Facebook came out, I was in college. And at the time, we literally used it as like diary entries. Do y'all remember? Like, do you ever look back at your memories and you're like, why did I post that on Facebook? Right? I love looking at old pictures. It cracks me up. But here's the thing about social media. This is where the majority of us connect to people we haven't seen in a long time. And those people need Plexus just as much as the people that live next door and that you see every day at the gym or at church or at the school that your kids go to. So who will you share with? This is Jessica. These are 4 people on her team. Jessica's an Emerald Ambassador with Plexus. She's a 6-figure earner. She earned her trip to Hawaii through Plexus and provides for her family in the state of Washington by working her business in Washington. But she tells everyone on social media about this. Jessica used her referral link 3 times. She earned a paycheck. And now the people on her team are doing the exact same thing she does. They're sharing with 3, they're sharing with 4, they're sharing with 25 people every single month to bring in residual income. Some of these people work full time. Some of them are teachers. Some of them are first responders. Some of them are stay-at-home parents. But when you share with 4 people, you're going to make more. So in a second, I'm going to show you that graph that walks you through the Plexus rank ups. It starts with silver. That is you plus 3 customers using your referral link. For those of you familiar with TikTok and Instagram, it's very similar to affiliate style marketing. However, you're creating a community here. You're creating a team and a family and a group of people that are like-minded and hungry to be healthier, happier, and wealthier. And affiliates just post a link and maybe you buy, maybe you don't. So here as a brand ambassador, a partner of Plexus, you have the ability to rank up and the earning potential is limitless. It depends on your work ethic. It depends on what you're willing to put in. And I think if you have a willingness to try, you will see that our comp plan is the best in the industry with room to grow as much as you are willing to work for it. There's literally no potential, there's no limit to what you can earn here. Some of us make a few, $50 a month. Some of us make $500 a month. The annual income disclosure actually says as of 2020, on average, all out of, 800,000 ambassadors, they were bringing an extra $550 annually for their families. And those are the people that aren't doing this full time, like me and Kathy. We want to do this full time. I treat this like a 9-to-5 job, but I can do it in my living room without a bra on and connected to my Wi-Fi. So I'm here for that. All right. All the moms, where you at? You know how it feels. This is Jenna, a picture of her and her big, amazing, beautiful family. Look at all that. 4 children. She is a rock star. Jenna used to live on her couch. She thought this was the end all be all for motherhood, that she was going to be miserable, sick and tired. And her husband works for the United States Postal Service. And he got a bonus from his boss at Christmas. And it was $100. And they literally had, I think she says they had $12 in their banking account. And her husband came home from that Christmas work party and handed her the $100 bill. And he said, I want you to deposit this and I want you to order your Plexus supplements because I know it's going to change your life. Well, it's been a few years since Jenna said yes to Plexus and using these products. And not only is she up off that couch, but she is also a 6-figure earner. And this is her family in Hawaii on a Plexus trip. I just love this story. It gives me goosebumps. I'm just overjoyed for her and the legacy she's creating. So here's those ranks. Let me just say this real quick, you guys. I get a little sassy when it comes to making money because nothing changes if nothing changes. You have to have a willingness to go for it. It is a mindset change. Have you ever looked at your social media or someone in your life and it feels like all of a sudden they lost 35 pounds? Or it looks like all of a sudden their business has exploded and they have the #1 lawn service in your town or the #1 plumbing service in your town. You're like, dang, when did that happen? Here's the thing about that, you guys. They made a decision. And it was maybe it took them 20 years to make a decision. Maybe it took them 5 years. Some of them, for me, it took me years and years and years to take my health seriously. I focused on weight loss for so long. It wasn't until I shifted my mindset to working on the inside of my body and my gut health that I realized that Plexus could make a difference for me, And so when I look at these ranks, silver all the way to diamond, a lot of the time people stop right here. That's where Cathy's at, right? She's a Ruby ambassador. And you don't have to stop there. There's more available to you. There's 7 billion people on this planet that want this. They put a poll out, a third-party poll. Statistics show that if people would do network marketing, specifically, they would do network marketing if they knew they could make $300 to $500 in their first 90 days. Hello, we can make $300 by next week. What y'all doing? So here's the thing. You got to make that decision. Some of you have been thinking about this for quite some time. It's time for you to make the decision and be like, you know what? I'm all in. That's why that weight loss that your friend has, suddenly lost, they didn't suddenly lose it. It was a decision they made in that moment, and nothing was going to get in their way. Nothing was going to stop them. Those businesses that explode, a decision was made. They stopped thinking about it. They stopped worrying about it. They stopped praying about it, and they got into action. When you get into action, you rank up. It creates residual income. You can earn vacations and prizes. You can build your legacy. You can choose your income cap. Maybe you don't want to be a millionaire. That's fine. Maybe you really simply love your job. You love your family, but you know what? An extra few $1,000s a year to take your family on vacation would mean everything. Maybe just buying those organic groceries that you want to buy at the grocery store would change your family's health. Extra income from Plexus would provide that. So how do you begin? I'm so glad you asked. Let me tell you. Okay. You pick your products. It's $10. 10 stinking dollars to start your Plexus business. You guys, you can't even go to Chili's for $10 right now, right? Anybody leave their house and spend $100 and you're like, how did that happen? Inflation is crazy. It's so crazy. People need more money. On average, Americans are spending over $700 more than they did last year. They need this. They need this. Quit telling yourself they don't. For those of you that are new here and you've never done Plexus before, you've never done network marketing before, you need this. You're going to step into this amazing season of your life. And yeah, it's going to test your mindset, but it's going to be the best thing you ever did. You're going to sign up as a VIP customer for $10. You're going to order some products anywhere between $100 and $300. These are your products. We don't do inventory here. We don't do parties. This is for you and your household. And then you're going to get excited and you're going to get on the phone and you're going to tell a friend, right? Think of like Regis, on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. You're going to phone a friend. You're going to phone a friend and be like, listen here, sister. I just ordered these gut health supplements. You have got to look at this with me. Hey, listen here, neighbor. I just ordered this and I know you were hurting for cash and we can share this with 3 to 5 people and earn $300 by next week. That is how simple it is. I love this picture. This is me and my baby boy. He's now 9. So this was I had just gone Emerald. So for those of you that are looking like right here, Emerald, I was 25 years old, making 6 figures. That was my first $10,000 paycheck. I cried on my kitchen floor because that was the first time I had seen a 5-digit number that wasn't a bill. It wasn't debt. It was income. And I was shocked and I was screaming and crying, like just tears of joy. And my baby boy came running down the stairs and he was like, Daddy, like mom's freaking out. And my husband came running down the stairs and he was like, you good? And I showed him my phone and I showed him the deposit that was pending in our bank account. And he was like, what is that? He thought we got hacked. I said, babe, that's my Plexus check. And listen, Plexus makes 0 income guarantees. You got to do the work. You got to learn some new skills. Anybody can learn new skills. 80% of this business is mindset. So if you're in the right mindset and you're like, you're right, I got to make a change. Nothing changes if nothing changes. I can be 56 and start working this business. I can be 18 and start working this business. I just had a 6-year-old woman on my team reach the rank of gold. And you guys, I'm so proud of her. Look at this gold right here. It's our 3rd rank. She has a team of 25 people and she's 60 years old. She's doing this Plexus thing to retire. She's like, I'm still working and I'm 60 because I didn't take it seriously. And now here we are in a season of life where I need extra money and I want to retire and Plexus is it. So I want you to think about me on my kitchen floor, just an average mom, right? I work really hard and I love Plexus and I believe in what I do. And I think that's contagious and people are like, I want some of that. So here's some referral bonuses. If you refer one person, you're immediately already making a return on your investment. But I want you to look at this. You help 20 people, right? That's a whole kindergarten class these days. You refer 20 people to your Plexus referral link and they purchase and sign up as a VIP. That's $2,200 in bonuses. You guys, this is crazy. That's Christmas cash. That's a vacation. That's savings. Some of you have car emergencies right now. I would be moving hell and earth to get going, to talk to as many people as possible to earn that kind of money. I can think back to when I had, $5 in my account till the next payday and I couldn't leave. I couldn't get gas. I couldn't leave my house. So I leave you with this. May you have the courage this week to begin breaking patterns in your life that no longer serve you. Give yourself permission to pause and reflect. And remember that taking care of yourself doesn't mean me first. It means me too. This is available to you too. Thanks for being on and thanks for being here. We will be back next Friday. Come back with a friend. Bye, everybody.